Greetings and welcome to this episode of the Heal and Restore podcast.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey,
look who's back.
who?
Well, we have had quite a fun, crazy
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since we've been back recording here live. Thank you for your patience. If you listened to any of the past 3 weeks, we had to go back into the archives and pull some things up, mainly because we are in a situation where Randy was in the hospital for about 7 days. Yeah, he decided that he wanted to pull a fast one
No, I
before
didn't.
vacation.
Thank God. Thank
Yeah,
God
thank
we
God it was
weren't
before
flying.
vacation.
Right.
So vacation was canceled, but that's okay. There will be more vacations. Um, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there with us, and we hope that we will get back on track here and be on a consistency again.
Yeah.
So the reason that part of this podcast that kind of came to my mind, we're going to talk about kindness, and a lot of that is really kind of a reflection of the experiences we had while Randy was in the hospital. But it also is kind of how we want to live our life, is with kindness. So we're gonna talk about kindness today.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which kindness is what the world needs today instead of all this hate that's going on.
yeah,
You know
no.
what I mean?
So Randy had a few experiences. We had some experiences with the nurses, and so we're going to kind of talk about that and tie in the kindness to his experiences. So, for us, kindness is very important. It's defined as the quality of being friendly. Randy's very friendly, generous, and considerate. And so, but there's so much more to what kindness really is. So it can mean different things for different people.
Yes.
We're not all going to have the same thought process, and that's okay. But the meaning is how you choose to show it. And I
Yes.
think that's what's different, because Randy shows kindness one way, I may show kindness another way, but we want it to be we want to be empathetic, we want to be accepting, we want to have kind gestures, thoughtfulness. Everything's completely up to you. The
Right.
possibilities of how you choose to show kindness is going to be completely up to you. But kindness might look like being helpful or showing empathy. And it may mean doing nice things
Right.
without expecting anything in return. And I think that's
That's
what's
a big
key,
thing.
is
Yes.
not expecting anything in return. So some of the things that I was kind of looking up different things on kindness, and I found this one that really, I'm just going to read it. It's just, to me, it just really resonated with
Yeah.
me.
This is important.
So I'm going to read this, and then I think Randy, he can share a little bit about some of his experiences of kindness. But it says, kindness goes beyond merely being nice. Think about it. Would you prefer people to describe you to be kind or nice? And I never had that thought. I really didn't have, I never thought about kind versus nice. There can be a lack of sincerity in just being nice. There is often a perception of doing the minimum. I'm like, oh, yeah, that I can see where I have been nice and just done the minimum, certainly. Whereas being kind is doing intentional, voluntary acts of kindness. Not only when it's easy to be kind, but when it's hard to be kind. So, Randy, when you were in the hospital for 7 days and you had so many different meds in your body, you were on oxygen, you had a tube down your nose, you had an NG tube draining your stomach, a bunch of psycho meds that made you psycho for a while. So tell us about, what your thought process was in that. I mean, obviously there was a period of time where you probably weren't thinking very clearly, but
No, but the deal is this, is that I'm gonna go back to 2007 real quick. When I was in UCLA after I was in that coma and I had all those issues.
yes, Rennie has been in the hospital
Yeah,
multiple times in our marriage.
unfortunately, right? But the deal is this, is that I can remember the nurses at UCLA, they would come and hide out in my room.
Yeah.
They liked being in my room because I was kind, because I was empathetic, and we just sit there, chat, and have fun, right? It's just how I am, and I think nurses, and this is really important. Nurses are, I think they're taken advantage of. I think they're mistreated by a lot of
Can I
patients.
just add, first of all, they're very special people.
They're very
It
special.
takes
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
to do what they do.
And we found out, Kathy and I found out in a hospital we talked to, we had several good nurses. In fact, I only had one that was so-so, but I was still kind to her. It didn't matter because
Right,
I'm the one being treated, but I found that my kindness to the nurses, being polite to them, asking them, not demanding, not telling, really went a long way with the way they responded to me, right? Um, and we heard there was 2 nurses that we talked to a lot, and one of them 40 years she was in the
42 years, I think
42
she said,
years,
yeah,
and
she's been
man,
doing.
she had some nightmare stories. She just sat in the room and just poured them all out to us and go, "Man, how can people do that to you?" And then, there was another younger nurse that had some stories too that were pretty horrific. So, I just find that, yeah, I'm in there, I'm hurting, right? I don't like being in there, number 1. I hate
You
the
f you
hospital.
feel horrible.
I feel horrible. I got the hiccups still. I still had the hiccups for a total of 8 days, but I was kind to my nurses, and I was kind to our doctors were extremely helpful. There
Yeah,
was
they
no
were great.
reason, and there's no reason to be upset with them. They didn't do nothing to us. They're there to help us,
Yeah,
right? And all I know is that every one of the nurses, because I was kind to them, not nice. I was nice, yeah, but kind,
kind came from your heart.
empathetic. We had great conversations about different things. I listened to them, right? But man, there was 3 nurses towards the end, the last couple of days, that they made sure that I was well taken care of, that I had my meds on time, I didn't have to wait for them, especially when you got these hiccups. There's certain meds they give you to get rid of, and they made sure that at the time I was to get it, they had it there for me.
Mhm.
So, again, it's yeah, that's their job, but they get busy and they get people that treat them like garbage, and that's I don't understand that. I
No,
mean,
doesn't make any
it
sense.
doesn't make any sense, and it's just the same way in life, period. It's like life's too short. There's too much to live for,
Mhm.
right? In this
Yeah,
world, to be going around hateful with everybody.
yeah.
I mean, another example was yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. Winco, like there was a guy and a girl,
Oh, yeah.
and we were kind of colliding with cars. Excuse me, so to speak.
You gonna make it here?
I'll make it. Just give me a minute. Um,
Excuse you.
sorry, it's gonna happen, guys, for a while. Um, But anyways, he said, "Oh, excuse me." I go, "Hey, man, no worries. It's your day too, you know? I'm
Yeah,
not the only one here." And he goes, "Man," he goes, "I wish more people had an attitude like you,"
yeah, that
you
was great.
know? And so it's just like, we gotta be nice to people. We gotta be kind to
And that
people.
leads into this next point
That's
about kindness is a movement, and
right,
it can be
right.
contagious. So
It
you just being able to be open to that guy and inviting him into the day he's already in, you brought him into it. And so
yeah,
how many more times are you gonna pass that movement along, or
yeah,
is he gonna pass that movement along?
so play it forward, right? I
Yeah,
mean, same thing with the nurses, right?
yeah,
I mean, I could have been grumpy and mean to them, and yeah, I would have been taken care of, but I think the quality of care might have. I'm not saying it would have, might have gone down just a little bit because I
I see that,
noticed a
yeah.
huge shift,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And there's the quote here. You might be jumping ahead, but this is important, right? Be the change you wish to see in the world.
yeah.
Okay, you be the change you wish to see in the world. Just because everybody else is not being nice doesn't mean you
You
don't
don't
have to be nice. You
right.
don't have to be kind. Be kind, right?
Yeah, and I like what it says too. It says the quote isn't just about change, and it isn't only about one person be able to change the world. It's bigger. It's about a movement that can be started from one person
Yes.
acting with intention.
Right.
And I think that's
Exactly.
exactly what I saw yesterday take place in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Is that
Exactly.
you were intentional about having this guy enjoy his day, and
Right.
he in turn is going to pass that and pay it forward as well. So
Exactly.
yeah, and I love to, when I think about kindness, I think about love because love is kind.
Well, yeah.
That when you think about what love entails and what it means to love someone, that's kindness. It's being selfless, caring, compassionate, having unconditional love no matter
Well,
what. And it takes practice to
right.
feel to understand it and to feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't I don't think it's it's one thing that you just have it. I mean, you might have a little bit of it, but you have to be able to be intentional with it, to fully understand it, to feel it, and then to be able to share the love with other people, with it, whether it be a smile,
Right.
doing something kind, a planned surprise, whatever that is. But when we offer others acts of kindness, we make people feel good and we pass along that hope. We give peace to them.
We're told that we're supposed to love everyone,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say we gotta like everyone, right? And you know, I've mentioned this before on our podcast. There's days Cathy and I, we flat say, I don't like you. She goes, I don't like myself either. I don't blame you for not liking me, right? But it doesn't mean I don't love her. And
Yeah.
so it's just passing that love. First Corinthians 13:4, I think it is, tells us what love is. And
Yeah.
we just got to practice that to the best of our ability. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't tell you. I mean, there's days I walk out of the house and I'm not in the best mood, but
Really?
but I don't carry it in the public.
No, that's true.
I treat everybody out there with kindness and respect
Yeah.
because that's going to make my day better.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Um,
that's really good. And, when you say you don't take it out there, I mean, some people might think, oh, well, then you're carrying all that turmoil inside. But you know what I've noticed is if I am feeling turmoil on the inside, but I go to the outside and I express my kindness,
yes,
all of a sudden I'm at peace.
yes,
All of a sudden
exactly,
I brought myself that calmness.
exactly.
And so I think, it's kindness. Not only is it for the other person, but it's for ourselves as well.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, doing to others as we'd have them doing to us, and it's
Yeah.
like that's a great point, Kathy. Well, you got a lot of turmoil inside of you. No, it's like it's a perfect point. I give other people what I want in
Yeah.
return, and
Good.
it's not to say that I'm doing things to get something in return.
No.
It comes automatically when we're talking about kindness.
Yeah.
When we're kind to other people, our spirit gets filled with happiness and
I
joy.
think it comes down to what we talk about in recovery. We've got to give it away
To
to
keep
keep
it,
it.
yes,
And so
absolutely.
when we're giving away kindness, we're keeping kindness, and
And
it's
we're
not in
yeah,
a selfish way.
and when we're giving away hate and
Ooh,
resentment,
we're keeping
we're
that too.
keeping it, and it's just bubble. It just, a matter of fact, it probably a
It
hundredfold.
manifests. Yeah,
Right,
it
it's bad.
manifests.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other thing I love about kindness is grace. When you think about it, we as humans, we're going to make mistakes. We have to be kind in our responses to ourselves and others when mistakes occur. I mean, we can't go beating somebody up because they've made a
No.
mistake, nor can we beat ourselves up, which, I know for myself, it can be easy to do. But it means thinking before speaking,
Yes.
forgiving before seeking revenge, which I love, and then thinking about long-term relationships instead of short-term pride. If we could all remember that none of us are perfect,
I am.
well, we know that.
Okay.
We hear that a lot. We would be a lot kinder to each other if we know that we're not perfect. So offer grace, be kind. That's the beauty in that.
Yeah, because who amongst us hasn't fallen short,
Yeah. No,
right? I
so
mean,
true.
it's like take the log out of your own eye before you judge the splinter in your brother's eye.
Hmm.
So it's like, um, we gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And grace is a wonderful, wonderful gift to
Hmm.
give people, right?
Yeah.
And I always say this, Kathy and I, she knows I'm big on this, is it a mistake? No, no, it's not a mistake. Is it a failure? No, it's not. I don't believe in those two things.
Yeah.
Look, if you are moving forward, if you come up with a plan and you move forward with that plan, right?
I love this.
And things kind of didn't go the way you anticipated them to, well, then what we're gonna do, it's not a failure, it's not a mistake,
No.
because now we gotta look at it as, what can I learn from this?
What did I learn?
What
Yeah.
did I learn from this? What do I gotta tweak in this, right? Because that's where it's a lesson now, where we don't look at, what do I gotta tweak in this to make it better
Yeah.
next time? Then it can be considered a failure, I guess. I
Right.
hate that word, but
No,
it's
I
like,
think but even though you can still continue to learn on it,
you always learn
what
on
didn't
things,
work,
right,
try it again, learn
exactly,
from it. So it's good.
right, so
Well, thank you for being kind, honey. I love when you're kind.
I know you do. I'm kind to you all the
I
time.
know you are. You are a good, kind man, and I
Yes.
love that about you. So,
Yeah.
we hope that you enjoyed this. I know this is kind of a short episode.
Yeah.
Randy's the first one back to get him started, get him consistently in communication. A lot of the last few weeks have been quiet. Uh, getting his lungs and his GI
Yeah,
tract, everything getting cleared up. So we just appreciate your patience and such on that. So couple things though I want to close out with just to remind our listeners. We are you can follow us on both Instagram and Facebook under Heal and Restore Counseling. We do post on there regularly. Sometimes it's quotes. We also have our website at healandrestorecounseling.com. There you can find our blog posts are posted each week, a couple of them each week. You can find information on our services that we offer, our coaching services. You can also go to our website. We have our book out, How to Heal and Restore Your Marriage, and you can get that book at our website. Go into the website, request a copy of the book to be downloaded, and we will send you a downloaded version of that book.
Yeah, you gotta fill out the email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
just complete your information and we'll send that book to you by PDF.
Or they can get on Amazon.
Or you can, yeah, true,
Yeah.
you can order it on Amazon if you're, like some people still like the paper, they
Right.
just like to touch. So I think that's everything that we have for today. And
think
so
so.
the short and sweet little podcast for you, but go out today, spread the kindness, make it contagious, you know, take advantage of what it feels like to be kind and then let others feel that as well.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
Spread kindness. Right.
Make it contagious.
Make it contagious.
Awesome.
All right. So remember, if nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does.
Cathy does.
More importantly, God
God
does.
does.
Be blessed, everybody. Have a great week.
Have a great week.